So I'm Caitlin Giordano, for those of you that haven't met me or are new friends here tonight. I hope there's some. I am a sixth grade teacher in Illinois, just outside of Chicago. I have taught in the middle school setting for the last 7 years. So it's been a crazy ride. I also am the director of curriculum and instruction for the Teach Better team. Got a new title. What's up? And yeah, I do a lot of really cool stuff in education. It's fun for me to kind of just be involved in this work and in this world outside of just my classroom. So that has been the goal that I've had for the last few years, to kind of take my reach a little bit bigger.
That's cool. And for people that don't know me, I am Dave Schmittou. Again, been here a lot longer. I am in year 21 of official education. In that time, I've been a classroom teacher, a middle school teacher. I have also been a middle school principal and assistant principal. I've been an elementary principal. I've been an assistant superintendent of curriculum instruction, a professor of higher ed, and I also get to hang out with Teach Better people all the time. My cool fancy title is Director of Leadership and Development. But honestly, this is the most passionate I have ever been in my job, is now being able to share with people the messages that I have that are truly rooted in the mistakes that I made. I feel like at times I'm like the dad to a lot of teachers where I say, don't do what I did back in my day. Here's what I did, and don't do that. But honestly, I think at times there's wisdom to say, here's what I did, and here's what I wish I would have known. There's going to be a lot of conversations today, a lot of opening up and transparency when we admit some of the things that we may have done or thought. And I'm doing it for a couple reasons. One, just to be honest and real, so that people don't look at me and think that I think I know all things, because I don't. I'm hoping people will push back on some of the things that we present and some of our ideas. But I'm also sharing it because I want other people to hopefully find some commonalities in our stories. And if I talk about some things that I might have done 10, 15, 20 years ago that you might still be doing, or that your district or your school is telling you have to do, you can at least hear the stories of the transformation and the transition, so that you can hopefully have some hope that can happen for you as well. It's interesting. A lot of the work that I get to do is with districts that started grading reform a year or two ago, and they thought, oh, this will be easy. And they think we've got it all solved. And then a year or two in, they're like, oh my gosh, we don't know what we're doing. All we did was we opened up the rug, looked underneath, and thought we swept a lot of dirt underneath there that we now need to uncover. And that's kind of the mess that starts happening when you start talking grading, assessment, and data. So we are going to try to be focused on the focus and trying to identify those priorities. What are the things that need to be talked about? What are those first steps, the next steps, the last steps, so that we can try to give everybody some support in starting the journey, completing the journey, continuing the journey, wherever you are. We want to give you some help and support. So that's the idea of focus on the focus. Identify that priority and go all in.
Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, I am a sixth grade teacher. So I am in the classroom every single day. And it is something that I feel like we really need to start. And that's why I was so excited that we were starting with this particular topic and this particular question. Not just because we do have to define it beforehand, but because it's the question that you have to be asking yourself if you are trying to make this kind of change or go into doing this work. What is a grade? Like, what are we talking about here?
We'll continue this conversation, really diving into how do you measure all this, talking a little bit about the math without going into statistics, and talking about really those tactical steps that a lot of people are asking questions about.